of hardline Hindutva politics through an in-depth exposition and analysis of the 2002 Gujarat Carnage has been screened over 120 international film festivals and remains a stellar work among Indian documentaries. Final exhibition made history at Berlin International Film Festival, becoming the first documentary to win the Best Debut Feature Award. Rakesh played a pivotal role in the early years of Indian satellite television, contributing to the launch of prominent channels including the Channel V, Star Plus India and Vijay TV. He returned to independent filmmaking with the Robert Flaherty Prize-winning 2002 documentary Aftershocks, The Rough Guide to Democracy, exploring the grassroots resistance in post-earthquake Gujarat. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now call upon Shri Rakesh Sharma to speak to us and share his reflections on receiving this honor.
Thank you. I have a prepared speech, but I'm at a loss for words because it is a very humbling moment. I'm deeply grateful for this honor. And at this point, my mind goes back to almost 35 years ago when I started my journey into the realm of documentary filmmaking. I still remember very clearly, it was the year 1990 when my boss, Shyam Benegal, or Shyam Babu as I used to call him, invited me into his office and said to me, Rakesh, you are now ready to make your first feature film. And I said to him, Shyam Babu, I know the technique of filmmaking, I know the craft, I know storytelling, but I don't have stories to tell. And he laughed and he looked at me, excuse me. And he said to me, what do you want to do? And I said to him that I want to go out and start making documentaries because I need to learn, I need to soak, I need to absorb, I need to distill those experiences and then reflect them in my screenplay. Little was I to know that it was the start of a passionate love affair with documentaries. I really feel overwhelmed in this moment, looking back at the journey. Thank you. In this moment, I want to remember 2 or 3 formative influences on my filmmaking, on my life, on the kind of film professional I became. And I want to start with a legendary figure, Hitendra Ghosh, or Hituda as I used to call him, the legendary sound recordist who did location sync sound for films like Ankur and Nishant way back in the early 1970s. He was a pioneer of sync sound. And later on, he went on to become the re-recordist, or specializing in sound mixing. Took over from Mangesh Desai, the late Mangesh Desai, also a legend, at the Rajkamal Kala Mandir. So it was with Hituda that I actually learned everything that I know today about sound. What happened on Discovery of India was Shyam Babu was busy shooting every day. And one day he just called me and said, now Rakesh, I cannot take care of post-production, so you are going to supervise everything. And to me, I didn't understand the magnitude and the scope of what I was being told. But, I said, of course. And from that moment onwards, I handled every single aspect of post-production on Discovery of India, which was about 270 reels of 35 filmmaking, akin to about 20 feature films. It was an experience that was telescoped for me within the space of about 2 years. So, it included supervision of editing, going down to the mixing theater, doing mixing. Shyam entrusted all his actors to me, so I was handling them in the dubbing studio. I was involved in every process right up to the final printmaking and actually putting it on video to, for telecast on Doordarshan. So, working with somebody like Hitendra Ghosh inside Rajkamal Kalamandir on those reels, fighting with him almost on a daily basis about some sound effect or some fade in of music that I didn't feel was correct, or some other technical aspect that I had strong opinions on and debated with him, and sometimes he convinced me and sometimes he did exactly what I told him to do. But it was with him that I learned sound. And it is because of him that till today I actually continue to do my own track laying, sound design and sound mixing personally. So I must thank Hituda, for teaching me what he did. The other person that I would like to thank is a legend of Indian cinema. And when I first heard that I was going to meet him and probably witness him working as a young kid, and I was about 23 or 24, just starting out my career, I was thrilled beyond belief. This was a legend called V.K. Murthy. Murthy Sahab, who shot Guru Dutt's films like Kagaz Ki Phool and Pyasa. And I realized, it was just a dream come true for somebody like me, a young professional who was starting out. One of the things that I did every day was because I lived very close to Murthy Sahab's house. I used to pick him up in the production car and take him to Film City. And literally speaking, that car became my mobile classroom. I harassed Mr. Murthy every day. And I thank him for his patience with this over-eager, over-enthusiastic 24-year-old full of questions of various kinds. He had a very sort of gruff and khadus image, as we, the word we use in Bombay. But he grew very fond of me. And to all my questions that I would ask on a daily basis, he would, often get kind of mock irritated.